gosh, I'm so excited. Oh. Good morning, Beam Team. It is Tuesday, it's 8 a.m. and I thought it would be fun just to vlog the day for us to hang out since we're all in quarantine and kind of bored. So, life update, our faculty let us know yesterday that the exam is going to be a formative exam, not a summative exam. Basically, the grade we get on this exam is not going to count against us. What this means for me is I can chill and not worry about studying all the details. So it is 10:45, we just finished wrapping up a session on Zoom. It was really interesting actually. The third and fourth years presented cases of like unique things that they've seen during their rotations. So they each gave kind of like a 10-minute lightning presentation. And yeah, it was really interesting, learned a lot. There were a lot of clinical pearls in there. Anyways, while that was happening, a package arrived. All right, so this is the package that arrived in the mail, and I'm so excited. I know what it is. I have been thinking about this for a really long time, basically since summer. I have been loving making YouTube videos for this channel, and I think I have been improving. You can let me know in the comments. But every time I just try and challenge myself with the editing and the filming, and up until this point, almost all the videos on my channel have been filmed on my phone. And I just feel like I'm reaching a point where sometimes I want to get certain shots, or I have a vision in mind of something I want to capture, and the phone just isn't able to cut it in some circumstances. So I thought it would be nice to get an actual vlogging camera. So I did a ton of research, but I'll tell you more about that later. Let's just open the package. Okay, so like I said, I did quite a bit of research into the cameras, and I'm really happy with this purchase. Obviously, I haven't tried it yet, but it sort of fit all of my criteria. So vlogging cameras, there are a few things that I was like, I need this in a camera. The make it or break it kind of things for me was one, having a flip screen. So that was criteria number one. Criteria number two is I wanted it to be fairly compact. So I wanted it to be essentially the same size as my phone, if not smaller, which the Sony also met that criteria. Third thing I wanted was decent video quality. So things that go into quality for me was a minimum of 1080p. That's usually good enough for YouTube. That's what I film on this iPhone. However, if it had decent 4K, I thought that would be a nice option to grow into. Not so much for uploading YouTube videos, but if eventually I film events or film weddings for friends, etc., just like fun things, it would be nice to have the option just to have that higher quality video in case the purpose is to be putting it on a TV. Okay, so this is the new vlog setup. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Usually on my phone, I film myself, like I have this tripod holder thing, but I just kind of wing it and can't see myself. So I just hope for the best and hope that it's in focus and looks okay, using the front-facing camera just because it's higher quality. But now I can see what the heck I'm filming. And also the nice thing about this control is it has a button to record, it's got a zoom, as well as to take a photo. So you can just do this, start the recording, and you don't have to like touch the camera. Whereas with the phone before, I would have to hit record, turn it around, and then hope for the best. Okay, so I have a little bit of time before my flex meeting. Finished doing all the prep, so I thought it would be fun to vlog with the camera and the iPhone side by side. So that's kind of the setup, and just compare the quality of the video that each one captures, kind of trying it out in different light. I now have this beautiful vlogging camera. I think the vlogging camera is really going to shine when it comes to filming in low light environments. I still have to figure out all the settings. All right, I'm going to get back to work, and I will check in with you guys again after my meeting. So it is 3 p.m. and I just finished my flex meeting. It went really well. I'm very excited for the future of our project. And I have a couple hours left before dinner, so I thought I would review some stuff from the abnormal vaginal bleeding week that we had. This will be on our final exam, but I'm not really studying for the final. The reason why I want to review this is because my first rotation is actually on obstetrics and gynecology when I start third year, whenever that is. So I thought it would be kind of nice to kill two birds with one stone, review the stuff that I'm supposed to know anyways, but also look at it through the lens of understanding things for clerkship and really understanding things from a clinical perspective. So yeah, let's go do some more work. This is awkward. Kidney, are you gonna ignore me for the rest of the night? Anyways, for dinner tonight we are going to be making burgers. So I've got some frozen patties, buns, tomato, some spinach. I like spinach instead of lettuce because it's a bit more versatile since you can also cook it in things, and it just like is a bit more robust than lettuce. So I am back at my desk, chilling, and I decided to give online med ed a try with this whole idea in my head that I was like, I should start thinking about clerkship. I had heard a lot about people using online med ed, and I got the sense that it was more like designed for your clerkship years, not so much for like the first 2 years. So I've just been watching their gynae like playlist because we learned a lot about cervical cancer and endometrial cancer and basically kind of like all these things when we went through our vaginal bleeding week. So far I am liking the content. The videos are usually like max 15 minutes long, which is nice because that's like my attention span. For those of you who watched my desk setup vlog video thing, you'll know that this laptop stand thing that I got is new. I have to say I am loving it. It basically feels like my laptop is floating and I have so much like more extra desk space. Watching these lectures is actually kind of addictive. I don't know if that sounds weird. Also, people keep asking me in the comments below, they're like, when do you use your iPad versus when do you use your notebook? This is so confusing because half the time I have like this notebook that I'm writing in. Basically, the actual premise behind my decision making here is notes that I think I'm gonna refer back to, that I want to be able to search and I want to have sorted into files and I want to be able to access on my phone and have on my iCloud. All of that I do on the iPad because that way it's digitized and it's easy to access. Notebooks, on the other hand, are heavy, and I literally have a stack of 6 of these suckers. So the notebooks are not very good for carrying around. I can't just chuck those in my backpack and carry them on the wards, whereas like everything on Notability is on my phone. So in terms of writing things in the notebook, usually it's when I'm rewriting things just for the process of writing it out to remember it. Sometimes it's brain vomit where I'm just like writing things down to make connections, where it's just like straight up information that I should know for the exam and that I will probably refer back to. It goes on the iPad. So these notes from online med ed are a really good example of things that I at least intend to refer back to. So when I'm on my obs-gyn rotation and I don't know, I forget how to stage cervical cancer, well, I have it all written down here, nice and concise. So yeah, that is the explanation on the notebook and the iPad. Okay, so after watching a grand total of 4 med ed lectures, I would basically conclude and I realize this is like way too early to judge this website, but I would conclude that their videos are really good for reviewing stuff that you have already learned about or read about, because it's very condensed and it's a good overview and it's all the high yield stuff. However, I don't think their videos are good for learning from scratch. I just watched a video on something that I haven't learned about yet, and it was just like too top down, and I was like, what are they talking about? Or they'd talk about a procedure and not really explain what it is, or they would talk about something but not like really explain why. So I think that this will be a great resource for a quick review of things that I've already learned, but I'm gonna have to find something else for third year if it's something that I have never come across before. Well friends, it is 9 p.m. and I'm gonna get ready for bed because I'm really living it up these days. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!